You're welcome to this episode of Mailbox, and it's been an interesting journey. On this particular episode, there are a couple of questions that we'll be taking. My name is Wale Ekundayo. The first question today says, I'm a 30-year-old woman in Rivers State. My husband is giving me the silent treatment for the past week over a slight argument. Any advice is welcome. Silent treatment is one of the ways in which it's called a coping mechanism for some people. That's the only way they can cope, and this conversation is not something that started now. They must have done a couple of silent treatment when they were growing up with their parents and all of that. It's a way they deal with their own emotions. Now, the way in which this is done is that some of the time it's important you negate. This is how to do it. And this is being honest, right? A lot of the time when they are growing up, their parents and people around them have helped them in fueling that silent treatment by tending to it. And usually they feel that that's the right way to do it. And I give you a simple example. When a child is born, it cries. And that child feels that the only way I can get anything from anyone is by crying. And so a child is 5 years old, still cries. The parents, still obliged to one of the things that they are doing. But the moment they get to the age of maybe 7 and all of that, there is a total difference in the parents' reaction, or even in school's reaction to them. So when they start to cry to look for something when they can speak, you see a total different reaction where the parents start to snap at them or reprimand them for those things. The child looks at it and like, I've always done this and got my way from it. The same thing happens when a husband, so to speak, begins to do that silent treatment. One of the ways to do it is to ignore the silent treatment. And the moment you do that and carry on like if everything is all right, which means that you ignore the thing, give him the food you're supposed to give him at the right time, talk as though everything is normal. Don't look at the situation as though this person is being cold towards me. Ignore the entire thing. After some time, he himself will come around, either by having a conversation with you like proper adults should, or at some point, he just goes with the flow like, this woman doesn't send me. All right? I hope that helps. The second question says, I'm in a long-distance relationship with my girlfriend in Lagos while I'm in Kano. Lately, communication has dwindled. What should we do? Now, you have the luxury of being in the same country, and so to some extent, you've got to, at some point, take a decision. It's a sacrifice. Fly into Kano, get into Kano, or get into Lagos, whatever the situation is. Now, if you can have that luxury of having a physical contact to deal the subject matter, I think the relationship is what's that. Or otherwise, you can have that communication or conversation as to what's going on, why has the relationship, the communication dwindled, right? The other best part is that you can carry the person along with your processes and things that you do on a regular basis, such that the person can be a part of your day-to-day activity. On the premise of that, you are able to at least have some depth in conversation. I know some people are very basic about their conversations as to the only thing they know to say is that, have you eaten? I mean, there are quite a number of things that you could do beyond have you eaten, have you slept, and all of that. There are more conversations, talk about your faith, talk about scriptures, talk about whatever it is. The bandwidth is quite high, all right, for that to happen. So I hope that helps. The next question says, after breaking up with my toxic partner, I want to start dating again in Anambra. Is it too soon, considering my whole relationship ended just a month ago? It's never too soon, and I'm going to give you an example. So the longer you start, the longer it takes you to date again, the more the pain, so to speak. Usually, God will take away the first to establish the second. A lot of people have this idea that for you to heal, you have to seclude yourself for a long period of time. Healing never happens in isolation. Healing only happens by reason of somebody being replaced, so to speak. And that's why it's important that you quickly get into the game, so to speak, again, because that's the only way you will know the extent to which your hurt is. You really can never heal in isolation. So I hope that helps. We've come to the end of this particular episode of Mailbox. Thank you for joining us, and till we meet again on the next episode.